I don't think that much stuff is gross anymore after like being on porn sets.
Pussies smell. Assholes smell. Things smell like something. And so for me, when people are like, oh my god, it's horror story, their asshole smell like an asshole, like what do you think they shit out of it?
Oh.
Any anal scenes, there's always gonna be a little bit of poop on set.
You play in the mud, you're gonna get dirty.
Shit happens, literally. Sometimes you get shit on, sometimes you get bled on, sometimes you get peed on, sometimes you throw up on people.
Whenever you do anal, there's some poop. Whenever you do a girl with an infection, there's some clam chowder.
It's not for people with weak stomachs. That's for sure.
Definitely when I heard about the girls eating cupcakes out of each other's butthole made me want to throw up.
I'm kind of hard to gross out in general. Like girls shitting a little when they do anal, because that's happened. I've seen girls have a little bit of shit on a dick that I had to suck after. But like, it's fine.
One time that I did a boy, girl, I'm not gonna mention any names, but I'm almost positive she has way too much going on down there.
When vaginas aren't clean, it's always a gross porn experience. When a girl has BV and shows up with a fucked up pussy and wants to subject everyone else to it.
I had one girl, and I started fingering, and when I did, like milky white fluid started coming out, and I swear to God, it was the most god-awful smell I've ever imagined coming out of that area. My fingers stank for like 3 days.
I've heard some bad stuff about some bondage things. I won't say who company or any of the staff, but of you know, girls' vaginas ripping.
I don't think it's gross, some people do, but whenever I give a blowjob, I would say 9 out of 10 times I throw up all over the person. Because they have these 8 to 9 inch dicks, and like, I'm not like a vanilla performer, like I go ham sandwich on that shit.
So yeah, I kind of pooped on set with one of my favorite stars. He was really cool about it, and he was like, don't worry, I'll fuck you anyways, because he's like so into it. He didn't care, but I cared, and so did the people who worked on set.
The director, owner, producer of the set like hangs out naked. It's like walking into a nudist colony, and it's only gross because he doesn't have the nicest body. So it's just like him leaning on the wall, brushing his teeth, naked.
There's a thing in the industry for guys where if Viagra doesn't work, they actually shoot up in their dick. They shoot Viagra up in one of the veins. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. We got through all the sex stills, all the pictures of the sex. Everything was fine. And then we went to start the scene, and in the first position, his dick started squirting blood everywhere. It was like a Wes Craven film.
I had a cum shot one time go like right up my nose. Like it was gone. There was like none left anywhere, and it was like an injection to the brain, and it was not pretty.
One time I had this girl scene, and the girl, she was with my agent, so like I thought I thought it was cool, like sweet, I get to work with a chick and we have the same agent and all that stuff. She I feel like she was on something, like she was definitely on something. And we went to take the photos, and she bends over in my face, and I get like a waft of it smelled so bad. I didn't know what it was. It was god awful. Like the director smelled it from over there, and like I took him off to the side after we were done doing the photos, and I'm like, hey, like, I don't know if you know it is, but could you give her like the douche talk or something like that, you know, just casually bring it up, like, here, ladies, douche, you know, so she would do that. So he was like, yeah, no, like, I'm sorry, like, it's just one of those days, but we need to get it done, so be a team player. And I'm like, okay, I'll be a team player, whatever. So we got it done, but she like reeked. It was like something was not right down there.
It's a boy, girl anal scene, and but the girl said to me, I don't need to enema, and I do not need to take Imodium. I have done a lot of anal scenes, and I just don't poop, I don't shit, I stay clean. And I think it was reverse cowgirl, and he lifts her up and puts my face like on his cock, and next thing I know, I taste something disgusting. The thing was, I knew what it was. It was shit, obviously. And I had shit in my mouth for like 10 seconds, and then the director yelled cut, and the director was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, well, I kind of just swallowed shit.
I heard that one girl wouldn't douche, and they go to do the scene, and her cooch, like, it just smelled so bad. And this is not my personal experience. This is what I'm hearing, okay? And they told her, you have to douche. You have to. And so she goes to douche. She goes and she comes back and she still smells really, really bad. To find out, finally, the whole reason why she smelled so bad down there was she left like 2 sponges up there and completely forgot about them. And they've been there for like days.
We go to do the video, and I'm fucking her for 2 minutes, which in the porn world is nothing. That's 2 minutes. You just started the scene. She's like, oh my God, I'm gonna squirt. I'm like, all right. And I pull out, she squirts, like, she fucking pisses all over me. And I'm like, I just start fucking her again. 2 minutes later again, you're making me squirt. Oh, I'm gonna squirt. I pull out, she fucking pisses all over me all over again. Okay, and I'm not gonna stop because this whole situation is so disgusting, and I know if I stop, I'm never getting a hard dick ever again. So I fuck her, another 3 minutes go by, oh my God, I'm gonna squirt. She keeps calling it squirt, I pull out, she pisses everywhere, all over me, all over the clothes that we still needed to wear for more of the dialogue scene later. The bed's covered in piss. She pisses on me 10 times in the scene. By the time I go for the pop shot, the entire camera crew, everyone is like taking their clothes and wrapping it around their mouths and nose because it's just a fucking urine-soaked bed. Yeah, it was fucking gross. And that scene gets nominated for like an AVN award.
I was working with this guy and I had to basically like ask him like, you know, like, can you go brush your teeth? Can you go wash your balls? You know, I kind of had to ask him nicely. I wasn't just like, hey, go wash your nuts.
You know like what like a thrift store smells like? It's kind of like what does like dick area smell like?
My grossest experience in a porn set was to throw up in the dick of someone when I was doing a deep throat because they were forcing my head and sometimes, you know, things happen.
I had this very complex custom to shoot. Custom is when an individual consumer commissions a video. It was a slave training video and I was abducted in it and I was put in a diaper and given an enema. Honestly, when I'm shooting diaper content and I do an enema, I don't really bother to like clean everything out first because it's just going in the diaper. But this time, the diaper started leaking. It was leaking a lot and then it fell apart and I was just kind of walking across this like warehouse space to a shower with just shit dripping everywhere from this diaper that was falling off my body.
I did have a friend that got full on just shit on by a girl during an anal scene. Like everything. I guess people don't get told all the time that they need to do enemas before they do anal. And yeah, so he got pooped on.
I was doing anal with this girl and she was in reverse. And I think so it was her first time doing anal. So she didn't properly rinse out, like get all the water out. So when she lifted up, it all came down on my belly and it all like kind of formed this little puddle. And as I was waiting to get like a towel, I was like kind of playing with the little puddle of poop water in my belly and making a splash and go boop, 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 boop. And everybody that was watching was kind of grossed out. I was like, I'm kind of stuck here until you give me something to wipe up. I didn't want to like get it everywhere.
It was like an orgy thing and it was set at this college, like an actual college. And we did the scene in a dorm room. And that was the most disgusting place. Like, college students, they don't clean. And it was nasty. Like, I just wanted to take cleaner to everything.
We did a parody of Evil Dead, which is called Evil Head. And we were zombies fucking in the dirt in the middle of the night. And they had us buried. And we were on this tarp. But the tarp was really only, I don't know, maybe like 2 feet by 3 feet wide. And we have 4 people fucking on it. So that is not large enough. And we had the white contacts in for being zombies, and we're covered in the special effects makeup. So while fucking, you're just fucking dirt into your vagina and sucking dick with dirt all over it. And I just tried to not think about all the bugs that were in the dirt that I was getting fucked with and sucking on. And yeah, I think that was pretty gross.
I'll tell you one of mine, because I shouldn't throw everybody under the bus. I'll get under the bus for this one. So I was shooting with Sid Blakovich for Belladonna. Sid was wearing a strap-on, and I was on my knees sucking the strap-on, and I was very excited, and she was very excited, and she fucked my face a little too hard, and I threw up. But it was like a large volume of vomit that came out of my mouth. And here's how this works. So when you're deep throating, if you can grab the person and pull them into your mouth and swallow the vomit, you're okay. But if they pull out, it creates like a vacuum effect and it pulls the vomit out of your mouth. So she pulled the strap-on out of my mouth and I threw up, but she happened to be sitting kind of down like this. Give you an example. She's sitting kind of down like this, and she had boys' underwear on, and it created this really nice pocket right here, which caught all of my vomit. So she was sitting in my vomit. And the rule in porn with bodily functions that you're not allowed to show on camera is if the camera guy or the director didn't see it and doesn't stop you, you keep going. So we totally kept going, and she was sitting in this like wet, fucking chunky pool of vomit in her manties. And she was not happy. She's really kinky, but vomit is like her hard limit.
I'm blowing Ron Jeremy, so bad enough, I love Ron, but I'm blowing Ron and it's on a toilet.